them, he got his bad points, and he set himself up for success.
So now makes it 13-6, the Princeton lead in the duel as we head into our final 4 matches of the night. And Katie, we've talked all night about that experience of the Pitt upper weights. And you're starting to see some of that here with Luca Augustine.
Yeah, this is whenever you start to see a lot of experience in the Panther lineup. Luca Augustine, he went 3-2 at the national championship. He got second at the ACC championship and finished with 20 wins on the season.
And Keith Gavin will tell you, just beyond what Luca Augustine can do on the mat, such a leader and an example for the rest of his team in what he does off it as well. Augustine last season became the first Pitt student athlete and the first ACC wrestler to earn the NCAA Elite 90 award. They give that out to the student athlete with the highest cumulative GPA at a final site for each of the NCAA's championships. And Augustine has been not only a tremendous wrestler for the Panthers, but a truly stellar student. And Keith Gavin loves having him on his team.
I mean, it's so difficult to do well and extremely well as Augustine has academically whenever you're in such a strenuous sport like wrestling. And with all of those wrestlers at the national championships, you've got to think, Jason, there are hundreds of them.
Yeah.
And out of all of them, Luca Augustine had the highest GPA.
It's really impressive. And to Keith Gavin, it's probably no surprise. He often talks about what a high character guy he is. Has mentioned that he was an easy choice for captain. This is not his first season as a Pitt captain. The team has voted him a unanimous captain of this Pitt team. Seeing what he can do against Xavier Giles, sophomore from the Bronx, New York, for the Princeton Tigers. And this has really been the theme of the night. Princeton has been completely fearless, going up against a lot of stronger, more ranked wrestlers that the Panthers have. And they have not backed down at one moment tonight.
Right, and whenever you look at it, this is their first duel of the season. It's not a conference duel. They're just getting their feet wet, and they're going to go out there and prove why they deserve their starting spot. Because this early in the year, you're still working on your lineup, so you want to go and prove to Joe Dubuque that you've got what it takes and you deserve to be there.
Yeah, there's so many motivating factors this early in the season. That's a great point, Katie, because you're not just trying to win a match for your own resume. You're not just trying to win a match for the team staying in the duel and competing, but you're trying to make an impression. And like you said, so much still to be determined in the early stages of the season, so much that you can do to leave an impression on your head coach and show that you deserve a starting role. And that's maybe exactly the philosophy that Xavier Giles is taking here.
Right, and this early into the season, no one, or at least very few people, are injured, so you're still healthy, you're fresh, and this is whenever you see a lot of your most even matchups because everyone's still on the same foot.
Luca Augustine immediately gets the escape to begin the second period, and now can at least wrestle with the knowledge that he is ahead here in this match at 174. Augustine coming off a really good year once again. He's now made 3 consecutive appearances at NCAA championships, NCAA qualifier from 23 to 25. And even though Giles has a 0 on the scoreboard right now, I have to think he's starting to build some confidence himself the later he hangs around in this match with the number 14 wrestler in the country at 174.
Right, and I think one thing that we've seen throughout these matches, all of the Princeton wrestlers have been very aggressive in the neutral position, and they've all had great defense as well. They're able to block shots, they sprawl really well, and they hand fight, as you're seeing, really well.
Yeah, Katie, they just really look like a team full of guys that studied Pitt a lot and maybe watched a lot of film coming into this and looked at what these guys were going to do, because you made a great point. They've defended a lot of the Pitt shots really well. Princeton team that has come into Pittsburgh very well prepared. First meeting between these two programs since 2012. The Panthers are 4-0 all time against the Princeton Tigers, and well, the Tigers looking to break that trend today and possibly get their first ever win over Pitt. Right now, they are in a position to possibly do so, up 13-6 in the duel. Now, again, we'll tell you to keep in mind those upper weights for the Panthers, specifically at 197 and the heavyweight, where Pitt will have back-to-back guys in the top 15, and Max Stout, the highlight, at number 5 in the country at 197. Still business to take care of here at 174 before that. A low-scoring bout here with Augustine. Ahead 1-0 over Xavier Giles. Shot taken by Augustine, and a big takedown there to get up 4-0. Almost looked like, Katie, he kind of was able to lull Giles to sleep there before taking a shot.
Yeah, Giles was completely off his guard. He stood up a little bit. Augustine stayed low. He knew what he was about to do.
Well, Luca Augustine, a guy who often thrives in low-scoring matches and never seems too concerned when he's only at 1-0 into the third period, and takes his chance there and capitalizes on the opportunity to get up 4-0.
Yeah, Augustine is the type of wrestler that thrives in very high-pressure situations. And like you said, we see a lot of low-scoring matches from him. Even in his loss against Navy's number 5, Danny Wask, he lost 6-5. That's still close. He lost to a wrestler who he's had a lot of history with in the past, and even still, he held his own. And then he turned around and he beat Buffalo's Raphael Knapp 11-2.
And capable of winning in a variety of ways.
Right. It's either win by 1, lose by 1, or it's major, or it's a technical fall.
And very impressive, the versatility you see from Luca Augustine. And again, body language is strong. Maybe it took him a little bit longer than he would like to get the commanding lead in this match, but minute 22 to go. He's standing out on the mat waiting for Xavier Giles and trying to keep that momentum he had. Got the early takedown in the third period. Wants to stay fresh and loose and carry that momentum into the last minute 22 of the period.
Yeah, right now he's talking to Lou Rosselli, current assistant coach and former head coach at Oklahoma.
What an addition Rosselli was to the Panther staff. Head coach at Oklahoma for 7 seasons. Also an Ohio State assistant for 10 years as well. Lou Rosselli joining the staff last year for the Panthers and helping them out tremendously. Keith Gavin was very excited to get Lou Rosselli on his team. I like too, Katie, there is clearly a vacant seat on the Panther coaching bench. Lou Rosselli has not sat down in it much. He has been on his feet for pretty much most of the night. He is very much into the matches, into the duel.
Lou Rosselli is the type of coach where he gives that pregame speech and you're about ready to run through a wall.
Panthers joined by Rosselli and Drew Headley. And staff there. Luke Pletcher, also an assistant coach. Another takedown for Augustine. Giles gets the escape. But Augustine seems to be in control of this match. Has the 7-2 lead. 15 seconds remain. Possibly one more chance. You're right, Katie. Trying to get that major decision. 5 seconds remaining. Has a hold of the right leg, but Giles not going to let him get that major decision. Still a good performance from Luca Augustine nonetheless. The number 14 wrestler in the 174 class takes the 7-2 decision.